Adorners, welcome back to Adornment with Adrienne. Today we continue our weekend sweet treat series with some cookies that are cutout cookies, sugar cookies that you can put on a stick. All right, these are no chill cookies and the recipe is absolutely fabulous. And if you're interested, please keep watching, and welcome back to Adornment with Adrienne. As I said, so welcome back, and we are continuing with our weekend sweet treat series in conjunction with our birthday bash series that I've been doing. And so we are going to be making some cutout cookies today with a marshmallow fondant as the icing. Okay, you could use a royal icing, but I'm not going to be using that today. So let me share. This is a wonderful recipe. It bakes up beautifully and it doesn't require chilling. Okay, you don't have to chill it ahead of time. A lot of sugar cookies, you have to chill them for 2 hours. Is not this recipe. It's absolutely fabulous. And as always, let's get started. Okay, Adorners, as I said, so this is a no chill dough. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. We have 1 cup of butter, which would be 2 sticks. This is softened. I've already let it sit out to soften, as you can see. How are you today? All right, I hope you've been watching our birthday bash series. I'm decorating for a birthday. All right, so I have 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup, and we're going to cream our sugar together with this. 1 cup of sugar that I've pre-measured out already, and it goes, and it's time to blend. Okay, Adorners, so I've creamed together our cup of butter, which was 2 sticks, and it should be salted butter for you. And I've creamed together our 1 cup of sugar with it. And now we're going to add our other wet ingredients. We have 1 egg, 1 large egg, okay? We have 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. You can put in almond extract. I won't be using that. I'll probably will be using some type of emulsion or even lemon extract because I like lemon cookies. So once we've incorporated all of our wet ingredients, we are going to add in 3 cups of unbleached flour and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, so let's go ahead and add in our other wet ingredients. The wet ingredients, we have 1 egg, 1 large egg. All right, we want to make sure we don't have any of our shells in there, of course. Okay, Adorners, so we're also going to add in 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. And if you know from my previous videos, I used this Baker's vanilla extract. It was on America's Test Kitchen. It tested very well, even though it is cheap. Okay, and then I am going to add in 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Okay, Adorners, so now it's time to add in 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. All right, and it's time to mix. Blend, cream, mix. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend. Okay, Adorner, so our recipe actually calls for 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of almond extract, but I don't usually use almond because so many people are allergic to nuts. So I'm actually just going to add in an emulsion from Wilton, or you could add in lemon. Okay, I'm not actually sharing this because it's one of my sister's secret ingredients. So, but anyway, so let's blend. Okay, Adorner, so I actually added in a teaspoon of emulsion, and that's like an extract as well. Usually a lot of bakers use it. You can find it at a lot of our craft stores or baking stores, but this one actually is Loran, it's not Wilton. Okay, so if you still wanted to add in lemon extract, you could do that if you like your cookies to have a little lemony taste. All right, so now it's time to incorporate our flour, but before we do that, we need to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder to our flour. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, Adorners, so we need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder added to our flour. Go ahead and do that. And I am going to mix it together just using a fork, kind of fluff it together. Let's see. have my flour already pre-measured. It's 3 cups of unbleached flour. Let's see. Pre-measured 3 cups of unbleached flour. Okay, and so now we're going to take 1 cup at a time and incorporate this into our cream and butter mixture. Okay, Adorners, now that we've creamed together our egg, our butter, our sugar, our extracts, it's time, and our heavy cream, or whipping cream, it's time to go ahead and incorporate 1 cup at a time of our unbleached flour that we've added our baking powder to. Okay, we added 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, Adorners, so I've taken my trusty measuring cup and I already pre-measured out our 3 cups of unbleached flour, and we're going to incorporate them 1 cup at a time in with our butter and cream mixture. Let's get started. Okay, Adorners, so our cookie dough is ready to go. You can see it here, and I am going to actually put it together, add a little flour to it, and roll it out on my cutting board here, and then we're going to cut it out. I'm actually using some stars for our cutout today, and it's crazy. This kind of, all this cookie making reminds me of back in the day. Just a quick story. My sister and I, one of my sisters and I, we didn't really have a lot of money at the time, and so we couldn't really give gifts, and so we decided to give cookies for Christmas. We took brown paper bags and we drew holly and holly leaves and berries and so many things on them, and we gave them out to a lot of our friends. And when the time came, I had some homeboys, okay, for where we were, and these are dudes that might be hard dudes, as people might say. Some people might have even looked at them as thugs, which I didn't, because they always were so very loving and sweet to me. But when it came time and they didn't get any cookies, you couldn't believe it, but they were so hurt. Their heart was hurt, their face, you could just see it in their expression. They were like, "You didn't make me cookies?" And I was like, oh my God, I never would have thought that you wanted cookies. But after that, I never made cookies. We always made cookies for Christmas or Valentine's and stuff, my sister and I never made cookies without making some for them. And because of the hurt that I saw, we actually went back and baked cookies again, but I never ever made cookies without making them some too after that. Never. But anyway, so let me go ahead and roll out this dough. So as I said, I have added some flour to my cutting board, and I have some flour on my rolling pin here. All right, and I add just a little bit of flour to our cookie mixture, to our dough. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this out onto our cutting board. Okay, make sure you get it all if you can, and I'll be back. Okay, Adorners, so I'm adding a little bit more flour to my rolling pin. I've added some to my dough, and as I said, this dough is very flexible. All right, and have it in a circle. Okay, Adorners, so I have rolled out my dough. I'm going to go ahead and use my trusty cookie cutter. You could add some flour to this if you'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and cut out a few of these. All right, stars. That's one.
Four. Press down a little bit. 5. Hit 5 this time. Alright, and so I'm going to go ahead and put those on a greased baking sheet.
Okay, Adorners, so I'm going to take my trusty Crisco baking stick and I am going to grease my baking sheet. Alright, you don't have to do this. You can use Baker's Joy if that's what you have. But lately I have been really digging how wonderful this Crisco baking stick is working for non-sticking. Okay, Adorners, so I am placing my cookies on my baking sheet. Right, I guess when you pick it up, you could probably add a little flour to your hands. I've greased my pan, of course, with our Crisco. Right, and I'm going to be putting these cookies on a stick. So I would say this: You can put the stick in now if you'd like and bake the stick, but because it's decorative, it's red and white and blue. They're red, white, and blue. I'm gonna roll this back up for some more cookies, to form some more cookies. But when the cookies come out of the oven, just when they puff up and they come out of the oven, we're gonna go ahead and incorporate our sticks then, okay? Okay, Adorners, so I've gone ahead and I've put my cutout cookies on my baking sheet, greased baking sheet. I'm gonna be putting them in the oven on 325 for 8 to 10 minutes. All right, Adorners, so our cookies are in the oven. They're gonna be in for 8 to 10 minutes on 325. Okay, Adorners, so it said to leave our cookies in 8 to 12 minutes, not 8 to 10 minutes. And so I'm gonna add 2 more minutes to my baking time and go ahead and cut out my other stars. Okay, Adorners, so it's time to go ahead and take out our cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quickly. Okay, Adorners, so I've gone ahead and taken our cookies out. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the cooling rack, and while they are still cooling, I'm gonna add some paper straws because I want them to be on a stick. And here you can see some of our final cookies. Please join me in the next video where I make marshmallow fondant. As always, thank you for joining me with Adornment with Adrienne, and I say saving hello for another time.